Smackdown Live. I'm calling it live. I'm just going to call it live just for the hell of it. Because it made me think of Teddy Long, Holla Had to play. I'm just telling you how it feels. I mean, we got 3 tag team. If you think about this clearly, they still don't know how to structure this show yet. Yes, it may not be boring. It's not. But it's not great either. Because let's make it clear, SmackDown has never been a 3-hour show. Now they're trying to make it into a 3-hour show. And they got to figure out how they're going to do it. And to be honest, it needs work. You can feel it. It's not a bad show, but it feels like they threw stuff in here because they didn't know what to do. Let me give it to you like this. The opening with Paul Heyman calling out Cody Rhodes was fine. I mean, I'm not surprised he called him out. I'm not. He was going to call him out to make it very clear he's going to the Royal Rumble and he's going to be facing Cody eventually. Not surprised. He put over Cody. He made sure he did what he needed to do to Roman Reigns. And that's what we got until we got a KO coming out. And pretty much is still pissed off, holding on to that Eagle title. And he's making it very clear that Cody is stupid and he's going to pay for it later. Then we get the fight. Then we get Tonga Tonga and Tonga Loa. Well, no Loa, but Tonga Tonga and Jacob Fatu. I wonder how long Tonga Loa is going to be out. I know he got a torn in his shoulder. I hope he'll come back soon. Because I think the Gorillas of Destiny would be better than Tonga Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Jacob just looks better by himself. Just does. But they get into the ring, about to do something to a Paulie, and then we get Jimmy coming out. There is no Jay, which is good. I still say this. I mean what I say. Even if nobody will ever believe it, no one ever cares. The true tribal chief, TTO, is, you know who it is. It is Jey Uso. He has to become the tribal chief eventually. I truly believe he's the only one that can. That you're going to have Roman there, but it's got to be Jay. And it's not like I want to see the bloodline carry on. But if you want to close out the story of the bloodline, for the real person to become the true chief, it's got to be Jay. But Jimmy did it on his own and he got his butt kicked a little bit until at least you get a little bit of Cody coming out. And it was all right that way. It was fine. It was not surprising that we're going to still have the bloodline dealing with what was left of the Solo bloodline. Solo was not there. Now, let's go to the first match, which was Michin versus Chelsea Green. I'm not against Chelsea. I love Chelsea. She's a good wrestler. She has great character. She is. And if Matt Cardona doesn't screw up, he will have her for the rest of his life. Sorry, congestion. He will have her for the rest of his life. But at this point, he don't have her. And at this point, the person that looks the worst for this is Michin. I'm not surprised Michin had a job again. Look, Michin is jobbed to a Chelsea. She's now jobbed again to Chelsea. You see that Piper Niven nails her after the match is over in a glittery clothes. And I don't see anything new for her. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Aren't we supposed to have a whole bunch of women in the back? And the only person that's getting TV time is Michin. Look, I love Michin. I love the former Jade from TNA. I have no problem with her. But let's make it clear. Mia Yim, what is she doing? She's in the same position, kind of like a Naomi. No, Naomi's worse. But Michin, they could and they should send her to NXT. Let her do something down there because they're not doing anything there but letting her job and progressing someone else's story. Nothing for her. Nothing. You're going to say, dude, why not let her stay where she is? She's getting TV time. Getting TV time and being relevant while that TV time is on is two different things. You got to know the difference. You can get TV time, which is what everybody wants. But you want TV time that's relevant for your character, for maybe a feud that you're doing, and maybe setting you up to have a pay-per-view or PLE payout. And I don't see that with Michin. Yes, she had the U.S. Championship title match. Yeah, she deserved it. But I'm like, now what? What is she doing? Jobbing to Michin is jobbing now to Chelsea again, and she's going to probably deal with Piper Niven again. Aren't we supposed to have other women on the roster that I would like to see, hopefully, Michin go up against? Piper Niven's going up against? Hell, Chelsea Green having a whole bunch of people in the back to mess with. But the only one she's dealing with right now, and I hope will end now with this, will be someone else than Michin. Moving on. We got what is it? How do I pronounce? Los Gaza versus the Pretty Deadly. Now, we got this due to the fact of what happened last week. And Pretty Deadly with Los Garas are dealing with each other. And now seeing the situation with Pretty Deadly, where they're really not doing anything. They're comic relief right now. I'm not saying they're not good wrestlers. I'm not saying they couldn't pull off characters if they had something better than Pretty Deadly. I just don't see them doing more than just jobbing for others to promote other storylines, or just jobbing in general in the tag division. It was a good match. It wasn't a bad one, but let's make it very clear. Was it out? Bit my tongue earlier. It hurts. But do I believe they're going to get anywhere? Unless they do something more substantial with them, no. Should they have something more substantial? I don't know. It counts on if they change their characters. Because as it stands, Pretty Deadly doesn't really have much of a character. Don't know. Let's move on to LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title. I'm going to give it to you like this. Am I feeling the LA Knight with Shinsuke Nakamura? No, I am not. I'm honestly not feeling LA Knight with Shinsuke. I am not. Not that I hate Shinsuke, but after so many times they did nothing with him, and now they do something with him, and now they're going to put him with LA Knight, who I truly believe does not need to go after the U.S. title anymore. He can move on. They can work with him doing the Royal Rumble. And I would like to see the development for him going into the Royal Rumble. This is me. This is how I feel. Of course, everybody's different. But I feel like LA should be focusing on going for the Royal Rumble. This is done. He can do... Well, there is no bloodline when it comes to Solo's people. So I would rather see him have a match with Tungalo. No, I'm saying Tungalo. I think I really want to see the Gorillas of Destiny back. I really do. So it's like seeing Tunga go up against LA Knight would probably help. But I just hope that he would finish with them, move on, and then work on Royal Rumble. That's just me. In the end, because of the DQ, he didn't win his title back. But knowing full well they're not going to let this end when it comes to LA Knight and a Shinsuke Nakamura. And now that we know, and I did hear it, because I did watch Raw, because I didn't really want to talk about Logan Paul, but I do know he is now a permanent member of the roster. No more part-time. He says he wants to do full-time now, which is great. Whenever that starts, fine. But it's like, wouldn't it be better for Shinsuke Nakamura to go up against not LA Knight, but Logan Paul? That would be a more better thing, particularly if you build that into Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, or WrestleMania. At least it'll give him something to do. Because Shinsuke hasn't really done anything. Yes, he won the damn title, but what is he doing? The samurai who should be the fucking shogun. Make him a fucking shogun. Why? Why can't he be a shogun? Why couldn't Shinsuke be the shogun of WWE? Why is he a samurai of the WWE? I think if he's going to be that ruthless, he should be a shogun. And teach everyone what the shogun does with his dynasty. I'm just saying, moving on. The next match will be it wasn't even a match at first. Let's say it like this. When Tiffy comes out, we knew that Nia was not going to let it go. I knew it. When you see her in the back with Candice LeRae, it was going to happen. Did I like Tippy time? Yeah, of course I did. Look, I knew Tippy was going to be better than Charlotte Flair. She's a better version of Charlotte. I'm sorry. She is. And it takes nothing away from Ashley. Ashley is a good wrestler who had some cases very good people to work with. Bayley, Sasha, Becky, and Asuka. She had 4 really good people to work with all that time that she was supposedly on top. But if you take away all those women and you put her by herself, she's a good wrestler, but she's not great. And I don't know why people think she is. Because if you look at her ring work, what does she have? Really? The figure 8, which is her dad's move that she just added something to it. Her ring work in the ring. She still does the same move her dad does. In most cases, some of the moves she does are not as smooth as her dad. And as I've said for years and years, and I still mean it, no disrespect to Ashley, Charlotte. She cannot get people over. She can get herself over, but she can't get other people over. She's not a father. Her father, that no matter how you want to see Rick, as a nasty bastard or one of the greatest of all time, he had this uncanny ability. No matter, even if you were a bad wrestler, he can get the best out of you, make you look like $1,000,000. Charlotte can't do it. And no matter what Rick says or anyone else says, she does not have that gift. She's a good wrestler who worked with a lot of great wrestlers that elevated her. So that's the truth. I look at Tiffy, I see a better version of Charlotte. She's better looking, she's more fluid in the ring, and when she does her moonsaults, it is way better than Charlotte's moonsault. I'm sorry, it just is. It just is. And if Charlotte tries to do something better than Tiffy, she's going to learn a very nasty lesson that she's not someone who did cheerleading or did gymnastics. She's not. Yeah, she can do the moves, but she's not that great at them. So when you see the situation with Tiffy saying that it's Tiffy time, and then we see Nia Jax saying, "You ungrateful little shit." They blipped it out. How dare you? I'm surprised you finally did it because I didn't think you had the brain cell to do it. But then we get a Bayley coming out saying, "I didn't think you had the brain cells, but you did it. And you're stupid, Nia, for training her." And then we get the tag champs coming out and Naomi coming out saying, "Hey, the only reason you got that title or lost that title was because, well, technically, she won the title and then she lost it. The only reason you managed to keep your title was because of her, and now you lost it because of her. I'm first in line." And then a fight breaks out with all of them there, and Tiffy basically does the moonsault ever to wipe them all out until we get Nick coming out and saying, "You know what? Because every last one of you women wants Tiffy and want that Tiffy time, we're going to have a fatal 4-way. Whoever wins is the first challenger for Tiffany Stratton. Nia Jax, Naomi, Bayley, and a Bianca Belair. All 4 women who have been, well, champions, except for Naomi since she came back, other than just being a tag champ. And this is where, again, do you see it yet? Do you see what I'm telling you? Who was the one who got the pin? Nia. Well, it was Bayley. Sorry, not Nia, but Bayley. It came, I will say this, throughout the entire match, it was a very, very hard-hitting match, which I felt was actually quite good to see from the women. Because usually WWE women don't always push really, really hard. At least the more senior members. They do a good job of making it look good, but they never really push that hard. But now they're pushing much harder. Hitting each other much harder. And I find that interesting. And okay. But in the end, I thought it was going to be Nia. But it was Bayley. And next to Naomi getting smacked in the stomach with, who was the one that was holding that hair? It wasn't Nia Jax. Was it Nia? No, it was Candice LeRae was holding on to Bianca's hair. She finally pulled it out of her hands, but it whacked Naomi in the stomach. And that it made it easier for a Bayley to actually get the pin. Who got the pin? Naomi got the pin. Who lost last time? Naomi. Who's been losing? Naomi. Yeah, she had maybe a couple of wins, but when it comes to the clinch, she never wins. Yeah, she won the tag titles. But guess what? That's what she had before she left the company. Now she's been saddled with that again, but now with Bianca. And unless I'm saying it right now, I got to say this. If Naomi was not the one who took out Jade Cargill, if she did not attack Jade, I give my word, I'm going to keep saying Naomi is done. She is only going to be there to help everybody else. She will never get anywhere. Never. If she wins the U.S. title, I will be surprised. I don't see her winning the world title. I don't see her winning the U.S. title. If she gets transferred to Raw, I don't see her winning the IC title or that title over there either. The undisputed WWE Championship in SmackDown and then Raw, the world title. I don't see her winning that either. I don't see her winning any titles. In fact, I just see her helping everybody else out and being a good little girl until they decide you don't need to eat shit anymore. And I'm kind of hoping she didn't sign a long 5-year contract. I'm hoping it would not be that long. I'm hoping it was a 3-year, if they would allow her a 3-year. Because as it stands, I see nothing. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, let's get the last match done. Tonga Tonga, Jacob Fatu versus Jimmy and a Cody Rhodes. Another tag match. I know I'm missing the Motor City Machine Guns. I want to say something on that last. I'm doing this last one first. This match really didn't mean anything. This was about Cody fighting KO near the end of the match because KO comes out, Cody sees him, goes red, starts fighting with him, and Jimmy eats the pin from Jacob. Which it's good to see Jacob getting a win. And I will say when Jacob talked, I know I listened. Because Jacob's that damn good. Jacob is that damn good. I am now hoping, like I keep thinking about Tonga Loa. I'm hoping he recovers soon so he can go back with Tonga Tonga, become the Gorillas of Destiny again. I doubt they can use that name, of course. But I want to see those two together, and I want to see Jacob by himself, flat out, destroy everybody. That is the way I see Jacob. But in the end, I wasn't surprised that it was going to be about Cody and was going to be about KO. That is the story they're building right now. KO is so enraged with Cody, and Cody is so enraged with KO. Seeing that they went through the table in amongst the crowd, well, in the back mainly, but seeing they went through the table, fine, okay, that's setting up for the Royal Rumble, which that's what's going to happen. But I gotta say this, would they actually combine the two titles that are currently being disputed, the WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship and the Winged Eagle Championship? Will they combine the two and make a brand new title because people want it back? Yes. I do not see them bringing back the old title. I believe they're going to combine the two and making a brand new title. I truly believe when Royal Rumble is over, it's going to be Triple H that's going to bring out, or Nick, maybe, would they actually use, I don't know. Would it be Triple H or would it be Nick? I don't know who they would use. It should be Nick Aldis. But do I believe it would be Triple H? Yeah, I truly do believe it would be Triple H. But they could use Nick Aldis. It's still up in the air. But I truly believe after Royal Rumble, they may create a new title and give it to Cody. And that's going to wait until, well, would they wait until WrestleMania to do it? I don't think so. I think they would do it and start from there, the road to WrestleMania, with a brand new WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, which is a combination of the current title and the old original one, just added to each other. Just, that's how it feels. Final match. Motor City Machine Guns versus, let me give it to you like this. When I look at Motor City Machine Guns, I still care about them. I still see a great tag team. When I look at our A-Town Down Under, I'm thinking they're not bad, but they're not great. And I look at everyone in the tag division, and they feel lacking. This is the reason why I said tag team wrestling, I think maybe tag team wrestling is here, but is it? Maybe that might be the title. Because when you look at the quality of the wrestlers in the tag teams, I just feel like they're lacking. Mainly due to the fact they've never been sponsored correctly. Due to the fact they never had any stories, they never had really great characters, they never really had great charisma, their teams. And now they're trying to do it, which is a good thing. I'm not taking away from them, but at this moment, the tag teams feel lacking right now. They do. The tag teams feel lacking, and if they got more tag teams in the back, they need to switch out A-Town Down Under. They need to switch out Los Garza. They need to switch them out and bring the ones that are from NXT, if there's any, in front. Don't do Pretty Deadly right now. We need fresh tag teams they've never seen before. And all we see are the same teams. And it just doesn't feel fresh enough for me personally. It feels empty. It feels so formulaic. The same people over and over again. Over again and over again in the main line tag team. And I know you're going to say, well, they haven't gone through the Motor City Machine Guns. They already did. Yes, you haven't done Pretty Deadly yet, but you will. Yes, DIY has been there and they've gone through them. And they will go through Los Garza. They're going next. They will be going up against them next. But it's like you had the same teams over and over again. You need to switch up, see not just the champions going against possible challengers like in the Motor City Machine Guns. We need the other teams that are in the back, if there are any still left, come out and be seen. Brand new faces going into 2025. Not just seeing the same old faces. Yes, Motor City Machine Guns are new. They can go against them, but there should be more. If you're going to do what AEW's not doing and giving us tag team wrestling, give us more people. Not just the same people that aren't built properly. And if they are built, they've been used too much. But it's just me. Peace.